At ILM, we're bigger than a welcome home hug. We're stronger than the connections we make. We're your neighbor. We're your friend.
We are your school spirit.
We are your history.
We are your biggest fans.
And we all fly.
And we all fly.
ILM.
ILM.
We are comfort, convenience, and community pride. We are more than just an airport. We are your airport.
We are ILM.
We are ILM.
We are ILM.
She was once considered the world's greatest sea weapon and went on to become one of the most highly decorated American battleships of World War II. Now moored in downtown Wilmington, she's one of the most highly decorated family attractions in North Carolina, serving a new generation as an exciting, hands-on historical adventure. Have a blast exploring the past aboard the battleship North Carolina. Adventure calls.
Well, the rains have come and gone here in the port city of Wilmington, North Carolina this evening. A huge midseason matchup here in the United Soccer League as your Wilmington Hammerheads FC take on Bethlehem Steel FC here at Legion Stadium. Good evening, everyone. Alongside my broadcast partner, Chris Labert, I'm Joe Katz. Two teams on the outside looking in here at the Eastern Conference table are in the midseason push, both at 4-4-4. They have 16 points in the standings, so something has to give this evening here in Wilmington.
Yeah, one of the things that you want to do is make sure that you move towards or peak at the right time and gel, and that's what the Wilmington Hammerheads have done over the last several games. Mark Briggs has done a great job in his first year as head coach here, and this is the time that you have to make a statement, and certainly coming off some great wins and results and getting points needs to continue here tonight at Legion Stadium.
7 points in their last 3 matches within the United Soccer League. Took Real Salt Lake to the brink of an upset out in Utah in the 4th round of the U.S. Open Cup. So I got to think these Hammerheads right now are feeling real confident heading back to their home pitch tonight.
Yeah, and when you have a good result, it's unfortunate that you didn't get the win in advance. One thing that comes into play is perhaps travel and some leery legs, but I think the excitement of coming home, a lot of excitement going on in the world of soccer. U.S. win last night. Certainly Mark Briggs is putting the excitement into his locker room and on this pitch tonight.
What does it say? 4 players here on the Wilmington side: Bruno Peroni, Amile Corbos, Michael Meekum, and John Smits, the goalkeeper, all have logged over 1,000 minutes so far for this side. So you think a lot of camaraderie, especially on that back line with the goalkeeper, John Smits.
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of turnover in players on the field as far as games are concerned, and that comes into play when dealing with unity. We've used that word before. You saw the national team use it last night. Unity. These guys are really gelling and molding and getting along, and that's important for a team in any sport.
It's sticky, it's hot, it's humid here in the southeast coast of the Tar Heel State. Should be a good one. Stick with us here on YouTube. He's Chris Libert. I'm Joe Katz. Tonight's kickoff between Wilmington Hammerheads FC, Bethlehem Steel FC, coming your way right after this.
At ILM, we're bigger than a welcome home hug. We're stronger than the connections we make. We're your neighbor. We're your friend.
We are your school spirit.
We are your history.
We are your biggest fans.
And we all fly.
And we all fly.
ILM.
ILM.
We are comfort, convenience, and community pride. We are more than just an airport. We are your airport.
We are ILM.
We are ILM.
We are ILM.
She was once considered the world's greatest sea weapon and went on to become one of the most highly decorated American battleships of World War II. Now moored in downtown Wilmington, she's one of the most highly decorated family attractions in North Carolina, serving a new generation as an exciting, hands-on historical adventure. Have a blast exploring the past aboard the Battleship North Carolina. Adventure calls.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.
Welcome back, soccer fans, to Legion Stadium here in Wilmington, North Carolina. Moments away from our national anthem as we gear up for kickoff between Wilmington Hammerheads FC, Bethlehem Steel FC. Following last week's tragic event at Orlando nightclub, the USL is contributing to the One Orlando Fund and is asking for your support as well. One Orlando was created to provide funds and assistance within the Orlando community, including care for the victims and families affected by last weekend's heartbreaking incident. Please visit orlando1.org for more info. Again, that's oneorlando.org, and we thank you for your support. Getting to our starting lineups tonight as we are moments away from kickoff in this critical match between Wilmington Hammerheads FC, Bethlehem Steel FC. Both sitting on the outside looking in right now in the Eastern Conference table of the United Soccer League, both 4-4-4 overall with 16 points. First, the starters for Bethlehem Steel FC, led by their head coach, Brendan Burke. Navigating the back line this evening for Bethlehem will be number 24, Taylor Washington, number 48, Austin Trusty, and number 44, Ryan Richter. In the midfield this evening will be number 42, Bolu Akinyode, number 45, James Chambers, number 36, Saku Kanye, number 35, Derek Jones, and the two forwards tonight, number 41, Corey Burke, and the goalkeeper this evening. Number 19, the other forward, Cole Misimo. Tonight's goalkeeper for Bethlehem Steel FC, Samir Botter. And your starting 11 for your Wilmington Hammerheads in goal tonight, John Smits has logged over 1,000 minutes this season so far for the home side. On the defense this evening, number 2, Tom Parrott. Number 3, Peebo Due. Number 23, Bruno Peroni. And number 47, Ashani Faircloth. In the midfield for the Hammerheads, number 20, Zev Tablib. Number 10, Justin Moose. Number 8, Mile Corbos. Number 7, Austin Martz. And the veteran, number 6, Liam Miller. Tonight's lone forward for Wilmington, number 19, Jeff Mishad. Wilmington Hammerheads FC will be in their white kits, moving left to right on your screen here in the first 45 minutes of action. I'm Joe Katz alongside Chris Liebert. We appreciate you tuning into YouTube tonight, a Friday night USL contest between the Wilmington Hammerheads and Bethlehem Steel.
Yeah, a lot going on in the world of soccer, Joe, with the Copa America and the United States having a great win last night, and of course the Euros, and just it's great to be a part of this, especially coming back to Legion Stadium. This team has been here for a long time, 20 years, celebrating the 20th anniversary of the Hammerheads, and it's an exciting time. So hopefully these two teams will live up to what a lot of fans I know have been watching for the last couple weeks on TV more than they normally do.
Our referee for this evening, just about to blow the opening whistle, Jorge Ramirez. Assistant referees Eric Verone and Brian Bozard. Our fourth official this evening will be Patrick Whitman. And we are underway here at Legion Stadium. USL Soccer here on YouTube between the Wilmington Hammerheads and Bethlehem Steel FC. Two teams that have been streaking as of late. Wilmington has had a heck of a couple outings, nearly pulled off the enormous upset back on Tuesday night in the fourth round of the U.S. Open Cup. Took Real Salt Lake of the MLS to penalties, ultimately dropping that contest out in Utah. Prior to that, Wilmington drew even with a stoppage time equalizer against Louisville City FC, the top team in the Eastern Conference right now. That was one Saturday ago. So Wilmington has claimed 7 points in their last 3 matches. So a lot of confidence right now for this home side, and they like to strike early when they are on their mark.
Yeah, a little unfortunate that the club was unable to advance in the U.S. Open Cup the other night, Joe, but it was one of those things that you're up 2-0, you let the MLS side come back. On paper, you're not supposed to win the game, and it's unfortunate, especially to lose in penalties when you miss 3 of 4, and that stings a little bit. But I think the team knows that they're playing with a mission and playing better, and hopefully that the gelling and the advancement towards the playoffs are peaking at the right time, as we said in the pregame, is happening here. So we'll see tonight if they can keep the momentum going.
Wilmington with a bit of a shift here tonight in their back line, giving rookie Michael Meekum the night off. Meekum is one of 4 players on the Wilmington side to log 1,000 minutes already this season, and already Bethlehem Steel gains a foul call just outside the 18-yard box on the top of the left edge. So a quality opportunity here on the forthcoming free kick. And it will be number 44, Ryan Richter, teaming up with number 36, Sekou Kanye, looking to figure it out as John Smits aligns his defenders on the far post.
Yeah, Bruno Peroni had a good hold of his opposition there, and this is a dangerous play here.
And a quick strike punched away by John Smits off the right foot of Sekou Kanye. So once again, John Smits on his toes early in tonight's contest. Just 2.5 minutes into the match, and Bethlehem Steel with the potential for an early goal. First corner kick of the contest goes here to the near side off the left foot. It's deflected by number 22, Kyle Parker. Parker has really stepped his game up in the last couple of weeks as we take a look at that free kick from a moment ago. Quality strike there from Kane, but John Smits hovering right there was able to drop to his left and punch it away.
Yeah, big save by the goalkeeper there, John Smits, the veteran goalkeeper, and that's almost looks like it's cleared off the line if it was a player other than the goalkeeper, but a big punch. It was a dipping ball coming out from behind the wall. It's very difficult for goalkeepers to see that ball. That's a big save because that normally can find the back of the net, and that's especially early on in the game when everyone's a bit slow.
And you see Kanye, it was teamed up there with Richter. Kanye has yet to record a goal this season, has 7 shots on goal so far, has yet to find the back of the net. And now it's like another corner awarded to Bethlehem Steel FC. Number 45, James Chambers, will line it up thanks to the big hustle play by Corey Burke, the 6'2" forward from Kingston, Jamaica. And the corner to the far post, able to find the head of a teammate. Turned away harmlessly, and it'll be another goal kick for John Smits.
Yeah, one thing we've seen all year, Joe, is the Hammerheads come out of the gate busting and almost scoring usually within the first minute, 30 seconds to a minute. A couple games we've seen that. They're sluggish tonight. I think a little bit of heavy legs coming off of the travel, a Tuesday night game. They played Saturday. They played Tuesday all the way across, halfway across the country. And they need to wake up a little bit here, otherwise they could find themselves in some trouble.
And Bethlehem Steel FC head coach Brendan Burke allotted to that in his pregame chat with some members of the media. Obviously, you know, you want to see how far you can go in that U.S. Open Cup, but when it starts to head into overtime, coming off a Saturday night match, so you do Saturday, Tuesday, traveling to Louisville, to Utah, and then back here to Wilmington. We'll catch up with Wilmington Hammerheads head coach Mark Briggs during the half, and he will talk a little bit about the training that his club has gone through over the past week with this quick turnaround. So a much-deserved couple of days off coming for these players in white. But with that said, still some work to do this evening. A huge match between these two sides that occupy 9th and 10th place right now in the Eastern Conference table of the United Soccer League. Top 8 teams will get into the playoffs. And you're right, Chris, a little sluggish this evening, but mounting a bit of an attack here. Foul called on Wilmington.
Yeah, I think Justin Moose perhaps over there was offsides. I'd have to see in the replay there, but certainly the referee's assistance flag goes up here on this near side, and we'll see batter's first distribution here back into play.
One of these players to watch tonight, Austin Martz, with his foot on the ball crossing midfield. Oftentimes works here the near flank when moving left to right. Martz brings a ton of speed to the pitch for Wilmington, is able to stretch clubs on this near flank. So we'll see how he's doing early on. We talked about that back line, Bruno Peroni being a stabilizer back there. He also leads the team in goals this season with 4. We have yet to see a set piece from Wilmington, but Mile Corbos has been brilliant on the set piece with 4 assists this season for the Hammerheads. Good crowd here at Legion Stadium, weathering some thunderstorms about an hour, 2 hours prior to kickoff. But I don't know if you caught the American flag during the national anthem, but it is just standing still right now. Very hot and humid out there. We walked on the playing surface prior to kickoff, and it was a bit steamy down on the field level this evening.
Yeah, this is an artificial turf here at Legion Stadium, and it certainly, if it's grass, it would puddle up, and it was a little soggy out there. A lot of rain came down, as you said, 2 hours prior to the game, and it was squishy still, and it makes it to play a little bit more true. I know when it's harder and dry here, this turf bounces and takes funny bounces, but hopefully it'll equalize this turf a little bit and be able to get a true play on the ball.
For Bethlehem Steel FC, coming off a 1-0 result over Charlotte, and that's actually was to start a 5-match road swing. So their second of 5 straight road contests tonight against Wilmington. Following this evening's match, they will head to Richmond. For the Hammerheads, they've been here, they've been there, they've been pretty much everywhere over the last couple of weeks thanks to their effort in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. Traveled down to Miami. We're back here to take on Harrisburg City in a 3-2 result.
That's a little bit of tough travel on their own for Bethlehem. It will have been over a month when they get back to take on Pittsburgh July 10th. And the last game, I mean, that's over a month with being on the road. And certainly you might have some, again, you have a bunch of home games after that, but that's a tough schedule to do, a lot of travel. Hopefully you can pick up points and sneak some on the road there.
Yeah, they really have a very interesting schedule. 5 on the road, 6 at home, and then 4 more on the road before they head down the final stretch as we get into the month of September. Hammerheads back here at Legion Stadium the first week of July. As Coach Briggs allotted to earlier tonight, hoping to come away, of course, with 3 points, but giving his guys maybe a couple of days off to start next week due to the heavy travel schedule that they have gone through here over the past 2 weeks now.
Yeah, very important for these Hammerheads to pick up points, to capitalize on all the talk that has been around the last several games and that game out in Real, or out in Salt Lake, I should say. But definitely at home, you need to pick up full points, pick up your 3 at home. Very important tonight for these Wilmington Hammerheads.
So you hope right now, the way things have looked, you would think with Zev Tobley creeping into the penalty area and earning a corner kick right there with some good hustle and pressure. Kyle Parker, number 22. I saw the 2. Didn't catch the 2 or 0. Kyle Parker has really stepped up his game over the past couple of weeks. Second on the team in goals. He has 3 tallies this season. Peroni with 4, Matthew Barnes homer, Logan Miller, Ashani Faircloth all with 2 each. Q the Wall, Mile Corbos, and Pibo Due have each found the back of the net once for the hometown Wilmington Hammerheads. That's Ashani Faircloth. Turned it over. Austin Trusty with the left foot. Taylor Washington had the wrong number on his jersey. That was the Let's got to touch it for Bethlehem. And, of course, as I look down, play continues. Right at midfield here. Looking for a runner. Trapped down by Faircloth. Turned back over to Akinyode. Strusty with his head high, looking to reverse the pitch. Does so, land it on his mark. James Chambers with the left-footed boot wide right. Another goal kick coming up for John Smits. Bethlehem Steel 1-2-2 on the road this season. Getting their first result at Charlotte last week, a 1-0 victory. Peroni looking for Parker. Parker can't grab that second touch. Coach Chambers with a head full of steam will play it back. And there'll be an offside flag on the far side. Able to catch up with Michael Meekum. We talked about him earlier this evening, and Meekum, a rookie defender right out of UNC Wilmington, which is just a couple of miles the campus from Legion Stadium. Got his thoughts on a couple of things, including, of course, his first season as a pro, but also the large crowds that he's been able to play in front of, some of the largest of the year in the USL, going out to Cincinnati maybe about a month or so ago, getting a chance to play in front of Real Salt Lake's home fans the other night. You're talking 10, 12, 15, 20,000 fans, and the way the USL has grown here over the last couple of years, gaining some big market teams, that brings a ton of support to those clubs.
Yeah, some of the clubs putting up some big numbers, certainly out in Cincinnati. John Harkes' side, I think I saw the other night 23,000, almost 24,000. Sacramento putting up big numbers. Certainly when Orlando was in the league, not as Orlando B, but when they were in last year before they went MLS. And really, really good to see the USL growing in numbers. Some of the smaller markets definitely having their traditional 3,000 to 6,000 people, which is still, great to play in front of grassroots-wise in the United States.
Douay with 2 touches. He handed it off to the fellow in the gold boots for Wilmington. Samir Botter, his first touch for Bethlehem, the goalkeeper this evening. Tom Parrott coming in hot, along with Corey Burke. Foul awarded to Wilmington.
Here's a replay, Joe, of that tackle coming up. Oh, they've gone, here it is. Oof, late hit coming in from behind Tom Parrott, and foul being called there.
Parrott dealing with some injuries earlier this season. Good to see him back out there.
Yeah, when your body is already aching, that's certainly not one of the tackles you want to be on the receiving end of.
Faircloth will settle it down. The cross into Parker, a little high. Playing ahead to Justin Moose, near side, Austin Martz. Martz crosses over, the left foot, fires to number 8, Mile Corbo's deflected.
There's good build up there by Wilmington, one of the best attacking possessions of the evening there, and just unfortunate that shot goes off way out.
First real attack here for Wilmington tonight. Thought it had a deflection there, just a mishit off the top of the boot, but you talked about the playing surface, and time again you can see that ball bouncing around and does not have a real true bounce to it. So what you would typically see is you wind and deliver a one-timer just like Corbo's did. It's tough to get a solid strike on it. It kind of just spun away off his left foot. Douay will play with Liam Miller. Good job here playing to the near side. It's Martz. Good hustle from Bethlehem. Steal defender Taylor Washington to win the ball back for the visitors from Pennsylvania. The USL affiliate of the Philadelphia Union. Some top-level players competing tonight for Bethlehem Steel. Derek Jones will look for the runner, and a boot at the top and an easy goal for Sekou Kanye.
Yeah, huge miscommunication there with Schmitz and his back line and Peroni, and they're still don't understand what's going on. Here's a replay here.
As
ball's going to be played in. That's
Jones just played a nice soft boot there. Schmitz was way off his mark, expecting Peroni to clamp down on Kanye, and instead it's 1-0 Bethlehem Steel.
Yeah, it's just that lackadaisical, again, almost sluggish, being a step short and shy, and it cost Wilmington an early goal here. We saw it in the waning moments and the early moments of this contest, and that's just unacceptable at this point in time. Not sharp, miscommunication, whether it's Schmitz or Peroni or whoever's guarding back there, but it's got to be more assertive.
Martz will play the Corbos. So it's Wilmington playing from behind right now, 20 minutes into the contest. And you thought the little flick there from Jones didn't really see Kanye running like he was going to blow past Peroni. And Peroni, just no contact there, just kind of
there's two
let him run by.
Two defenders there for Wilmington, and Kanye just gets a little flick, and it's just way too easy.
Wilmington has to be a little disappointed now and deflated here, trailing 1-0, allowing a goal like that.
Well, in any sports, it's how you respond to any kind of mistakes or anything, any letdowns, and you just got to go and stick with the game plan and keep going. You just have to get one back.
They will try the push here, but Washington closes in on the ball from Justin Moose. But you can see that little extra pep in the step that Wilmington has had over the last 2 weeks seems not to be there tonight. And Peroni's first touch is out of play. It'll be a Bethlehem Steel throw-in on the far side. Well, the lone goal of the match came just moments ago so far. Sekou Kane, assisted by James Chambers, Derek Jones with the assist. And just like that, it's 1-0. Wilmington has yet to really provide any type of attack this final third so far, as Washington plays with the left foot. And nearly misplayed. Justin Moose was there to hustle in, but Trusty strong on the back line. Hesitation right there for Bethlehem Steel. They maintain possession. Washington to Chambers as it goes through the feet. Number 35, Derek Jones. Wilmington, Jeff Mishad will play back to Dewey. Mishad. Corbos. Liam Miller going to move forward. Martz will play it on his right foot, and now will dribble in. Austin Martz leaving it for Mishad. The low strike topped it over. But good build right there.
Yeah, it's almost identical as the one opportunity earlier in the half there. but you got to put that one on frame. You've got to definitely hit it with pace on frame, and that's a wasted opportunity there from Wilmington's side.
Yep, you got to hit it. Peroni with the first touch. Washington able to step in front. Clipped his hand. Wilmington will get the free kick. You would think tonight, with the amount of minutes some of these boys have played here over the last couple of days, last week or so, as Parrott lets one go, looking for Moose, and they're granted the foul. So the good hustle there from Justin Moose turns into a quality opportunity, with Corbos about to get a chance with the set piece. From about 25 yards out.
Keep an eye on Bruno Peroni here. This is an opportunity for your big man. That's one of the reasons why he's the leading scorer. Getting forward on set pieces. He's a bigger guy, getting in behind.
Looking for Peroni. He's able to get it down. Amazing that it found him all the way on that far side, over 5, 6, 7 different players. And now they are going to be whistled off by referee Jorge Ramirez to get a quick H2O break. 25 minutes into tonight's match.
We're going to do replay the foul and then the shot.
Yeah, I understand it. I mean, it's certainly necessary for the safety of the players. I thought it was an 80-degree rule, and I think we're right about that. But certainly I think the humidity comes into play tonight, is why we're seeing this water break tonight. But the clock does continue to tick, and they will add certainly some time on here. But I don't know if that's a rule at this part of the season, or depending on the temperature that's at hand. But it's not that hot. We've certainly seen a lot hotter.
We saw the foul there just a moment ago on Justin Moose, and Mile Corbo is able to find Peroni, and you could see after that play the Bethlehem Steel goalkeeper Samir Batter kind of pointing and directing his defenders to find Peroni next time. How do you leave the biggest guy on the pitch unmarked? And fortunately for Bethlehem Steel, they're able to weather that storm and maintain this 1-0 lead. In the 20th minute, an easy goal on a defensive breakdown for Wilmington. Derek Jones kind of flipped it over to Sekou Kane, and Kane has hit a lofting ball right over the head of John Smits for the easy score.
Yeah, Smits is a little bit out in no man's land there. Can't really hear what kind of communication being at this distance up in the booth, but certainly was way too easy.
Well, things back underway. It's Cole Misimo. They're able to get a couple of touches there. Miss hit by Kyle Parker. And the ball will turn back over to Bethlehem Steel. Now playing ahead, it's James Chambers, but turned quickly around. On the move is Martz. We'll play back to Corbos. We'll settle. Over to Douay. Hammerhead's able to string a couple of touches together now. Peroni.
The last through ball there by Bethlehem right off the back of the head of Corey Burke. Certainly didn't phase the big guy, but wanting to get ahead and get a run, and he just take a wallop on the back of the head there. But
Liam Miller
going to be knocked off the ball and get rewarded again with another free kick, Joe.
Yeah, a little intrusion of the space right there. Number 45 whistled for the foul, James Chambers. But good to see Liam Miller here in the mix, wearing the captain's band tonight, the veteran. Peroni crossing midfield with the right foot, looking for Dewey on the run on the far flank. Dewey, the cross.
Deflected, going to be a corner kick here, Joe, and this is again an opportunity that you'll see Bruno Peroni sneaking in that backside, and
it's a quick
it's a
play
quick
from
short
Mishad.
corner.
The Corbos, the low kick. Oh, what a play and a save. Batter twice off the post, and then saved by Batter. Unbelievable sequence right there as Liam Miller, Kyle Parker, Bruno Peroni all nearly found the back of the net. Brought the crowd to its feet. High drama right now in the 29th minute of action. Score remains Bethlehem Steel 1, Wilmington Hammerheads 0.
Big save off the line, off the post, off the crossbar, and a save there. I mean, that's just one of those things, man. You got to realize that moment's not your night. You hope that the whole night doesn't go that way, but that's just unlucky. I mean, off the post, off the crossbar, great save, not to take anything away from Batter. That first save off the line, a good kick save, but unfortunate for Wilmington there. That's just a little series of bad luck.
Now Corbo's looking for Parker again on the run. Maybe has his foot, gets brought down. No call. Ramirez waves off the play. And it looked like Kyle Parker had maybe a step there.
He did have a step. I think he did get inside of him. Again, you can't see from this distance on any kind of a grab or any kind of, the referees in these situations, we've talked to them before, and if they start to lean before they get contact and they fall down, it's not the contact that they call there. So waving that one on and play on, says the ref.
Well, you have to be impressed with Wilmington's fight right now here over the last few minutes and few possessions. They're able to get some push into that final third and test Bethlehem Steel, and now it's Martz looking for the run, looking to split the defenders. Martz wins the ball back, and here's Justin Moose. Moose will play back to Martz. Right-footed strike saved by Batter. Misha with the low strike wide left. And deflected, so it will be another corner kick for Wilmington.
Much better sense of urgency there by the Wilmington Hammerheads.
It's amazing how quick they get forward when that ball starts to tackle towards that back line. Great strike there from, looked like it was Martz. And we'll do another corner kick. It's Corbaz, punched away by Batter. Wilmington will settle back down. They want to send it onside. And it's Faircloth now. We'll play to Parker again. Just topped it over, that bouncing ball here on the surface. Tough to settle it down. And once you get inside that, 10-yard mark, you're trying to blast it home with defenders pursuing you. And finally, Bethlehem Steel able to knock it out. Tom Parrott down here on the near side. Looks to be maybe cramping up, grabbing towards the back of his leg.
Now, he's had problems all season long with an ankle injury or certainly some parts of his leg there. I think he took a big knock, Joe, and not a cramping situation. He definitely took a knock, and he's going to see. He hasn't finished a couple games this season. He's a warrior, and here's a good shot of it.
Just kind of got tangled up with the big man there. Number 42, Bolu Akinyode. And he's going to tough it out as each team kind of scampers on back to their respective bench to grab a quick swig.
I asked Tom earlier, how long is he going to let that beard grow? I mean, he can almost tuck it into his pant line there, and it's hot down there. I couldn't imagine having a full-on rug on your face, but he keeps it going, and he says he's going to keep it for the rest of the season.
Peroni looking again for marks. It's Washington with the first touch. Hammerheads earn the throw-in. Parrott will look for Miller. Miller with some space. Quick one touch to Dewey. Mishad back to Dewey. Able to play off his shoulder. Parker to Dewey. Offside flag is up. But here over the last 7 to 10 minutes, Wilmington has really pushed forward here. after a sluggish start and a sleepwalking through the first 20 minutes. But something has provided a spark for this Hammerheads team, and they look a little rejuvenated here since that water break. So batter has been tested here, and it's passed each little flurry for Wilmington, as Fairclough will play to the chest of Martz, flicks it up over the head of Washington, will maintain control, battling Austin Martz, Taylor Washington. Martz will leave for Liam Miller. Miller with the right foot to Martz. Martz will send the cross off of Washington and into the midst of Samir Batter.
Yeah, Martz is deceivingly quick. He likes to get around the outside there. A couple times he's cut back and cut across the top of the box to lay it off the 18. His strength certainly getting around the outside and getting quick, getting upfield quick. But he's definitely a player that's deceivingly fast. He doesn't look like it in stature, but that's his game right there, getting past his defender and getting ahead.
Fairclough calling for Martz to move forward. Smits to Peroni. Peroni's right foot looking for Parker, earns the touch. Now it's Moose on his chest, settles it in, and maintains possession. Miller, soft touch to Corbos. Mishad. Jeff Mishad from the right edge. Moose looking to pull the trigger. Leaves it for Martz. And they continue. Dewey with the cross. Cleared away.
Yeah, not the best of services. That's certainly one that Peebo would love to have back.
Now it's Bethlehem on the counter.
Better recovery by the defense of Wilmington there, getting back with, again, a little more sharpness than certainly that we saw in the first 10 minutes of this contest, Joe.
Miller looking for Corbos. Peroni will play back near midfield. Quickly to Liam Miller. Mishad. Corbaz will play to Tom Parrott here on the near side. Fairclough getting into the mix. Hammerheads with all the possession here as Bethlehem has kind of packed it in. A little too early to be conceding this one goal lead. Bending ball in from Parrott. Samir Batter once again coming off his end line.
Yeah, Batter's had a nice contest already tonight, Joe. He's been on, other than one of the biggest saves is off of one of his best friends is that post, that left post of his, and he's done a good job. He's been sharp. He's been able to come off his line. Great save off of that line. He's definitely done well so far tonight.
Samir Batter has played in just 3 matches this season. He has 7 saves and 1 clean sheet. His team is 1-1-1 when he is in goal. Well, 36 minutes in. Right now you would say it's anybody's ball game. Bethlehem Steel with the kind of nonchalant goal to grab this early lead, and they've been able to maintain that. But Wilmington has come out swinging here over the final portion of this first half. Washington looking to step in, but Martz is able to play, looking for Kyle Parker. Bouncing ball now. Washington plays down to Derek Jones. Jones with a couple bursts of speed. Looking for the runner. Gets it. Ryan Richter, the captain. Will send the dangerous cross in there. Played off of a Bethlehem player. And Tom Parrott will take the quick throw in, looking for Mal Corbos. Corbos, the sliding touch to Martz. Martz able to work his way through Cole Misimo. Peebo Dewey to Jeff Mishad. Mishad moving forward. Mishad still looking for that low cross. Better off maybe stopping it right there and reversing his pivot. Derek Jones will play to Taylor Washington. Moose somehow comes away with it. Justin Moose back to Corbos. Liam Miller. Austin Martz now has Tom Parrott on the near side. Parrott with a low cross, deflected away, looking for Justin Moose. Bethlehem Steel slipped on the turf. It's Corey Burke. Burke a little upset with the whistle from Jorge Ramirez. What an easy call there. So you kind of
Tom Barrett getting another little shot to the face there. I tell you, he's a warrior, man. He takes some hits, but as he's getting up in his age, he'll be the one to tell you he's starting to feel the years of all the knocks.
Justin Moose, sneaky little move right there. Still with some space. Liam Miller looking for Mishad. Mishad able to keep it in play. Battling one-on-one with Ryan Richter. Dewey with the service in. Ball right through the legs of Sekou Kane.
Yeah, one name we haven't mentioned too much tonight, Mickey Daly, 34 jersey for Bethlehem, has done a great job as one of the center backs for the Steel. You see on that last play a big header off out of the attack of Wilmington, and certainly securing the back line. He'll see if he can keep this shutout going.
Great job by Moose to step in front of that ball and force the turnover. Possession back to Wilmington. You can see the surface maybe a bit slippery out there right now. A couple of players have extended themselves looking to stop and unable to get that true footing in that rubber turf. As Parker goes down, able to play the ball ahead to Austin Martz. Martz will dribble in towards the near post. The cross. It's Mishad, and Mishad puts it wide. Deflected, it'll be a corner kick. But once again, Wilmington just unable to convert on some golden opportunities. You just hope that these chances continue to build. And Mishad looked like he just tried to take a little off of it and just...
Yeah, you really just need to redirect that ball, Joe, back to where it came from. You just have to make contact. It's almost a pass at that point. I think he tried to shoot it and direct it in. You just got to put it with pace towards one of those back sides of the net, and that's a wasted opportunity again. That should be a goal. It's wide open. It's a sitter.
Well, they say it's not about that first corner kick you take. It's the second one here. So Corbaz will now go to the post. Parker just wide. That one found the head of Kyle Parker. And at one point or another, you got to think that Wilmington is going to be sitting here at halftime in the back of their head saying we've had multiple chances to not only find an equalizer but potentially grab the lead in this ball game. It's been all Wilmington here in the final 20 minutes or so of this first half since that goal really in the water break.
Well, other than the free kick with a save by John Smits, there's really only been one other shot, and that being the goal, which, you know, really, again, really wasn't a hard shot. It was just a lofting catching the Smits off the line. So 2 shots. We see it 1,000 times. The Hammerheads have had numerous amounts of chances here. Maybe a little series of some bad luck, but I've seen it 1,000 times. You've got to break this scoring drought here to get you going, because otherwise it's a frustrating night when you've taken all your opportunities and you can't find the back of the net.
Nice slide tackle there from Jeff Mishad. It'll be a throw-in for the Steel. Looking for the long throw-in attempt. Hoping to add to their 1-0 lead right now, Bethlehem Steel. Wilmington seems to have figured some things out defensively. I was looking to put this one in the back of the net. It's been their toughest challenge thus far. Kyle Parker has had a couple of chances. Jeff Michaud has had a couple of shots from distance. Peroni nearly put one in. So not only is the heat, the travel over the last week, 2 weeks, the number of minutes played starting to wear on this Wilmington team, the inability to find a goal here tonight has to be wearing mentally as that ball is skied over the outstretched mid of John Smits. As we are nearing halftime, that ball played off the right foot of James Chambers.
Yeah, good first touch by Chambers. You can see that ball just spinning. Does a good job to take it off of his chest. It's a high ball, settles it down. It's just unfortunate for Chambers. He's not able to get it on frame. But, again, you see that ball spinning, taking some different bounces off this turf. Tough to get a true foot on it sometimes.
Misimo weaving his way through traffic right now for Bethlehem Steel. Cole Misimo will leave to the far side. Smits again, kind of in an area there where if that ball finds a Steel player, it's an easy goal. Tom Parrott punches it away, and it will be a corner kick as we await to see how much added time we will put on to this first half from the fourth official, Patrick Whitman. We'll get this corner kick first. And the corner is going to go to the far post. Smits is able to track it down for Wilmington Hammerheads. We'll add 2 minutes to the first half of action. It looked like a player took a spill down there with John Smits kind of sacrificing his body to come up with that service from the Steel.
He's holding his head.
Play will continue now. 45 minutes gone by. 2 minutes of stoppage time added to the clock. As Wilmington hopes now that they're able to find an equalizer heading into the second half with multiple chances. In the first 45, has come up empty. And it remains 1-0 in favor of the visitors from Bethlehem. Liam Miller. Miller seemed just a bit uncertain on where he wanted to go, but granted the foul call. It's number 45, James Chambers, kind of talking to himself, now whispering something to Jorge Ramirez, the referee. Mile Corbos with the free kick. Sent in Batter with an easy grab for Bethlehem Steel. Should just about do it here for this first half of action. Wilmington definitely with the surge in offensive chances over the last 15, 20 minutes or so, but Bethlehem Steel remains in front using a goal in the 20th minute, and that'll do it for the first half of action. A goal in the 20th minute by Sekou Kane off an assist from Derek Jones. The only difference in tonight's match as Wilmington has found the crossbar, the post. Samir Batter has had a heck of a first half. So Bethlehem Steel FC will go in to the locker room with a 1-0 lead over the Wilmington Hammerheads. Thanks for sticking with us here on YouTube. It's a Friday night USL match. Bethlehem Steel in front 1-0. I'm Joe Katz, Chris Liebert joining me in the booth. We'll take a quick break. We'll get to our halftime interviews with Wilmington Hammerheads FC head coach Mark Briggs. and rookie defender Michael Meekum. That all coming your way here on YouTube. It's Bethlehem Steel FC 1, Wilmington Hammerheads FC 0.
At ILM, we're bigger than a welcome home hug. We're stronger than the connections we make. We're your neighbor. We're your friend.
We are your school spirit.
We are your history.
We are your biggest fans.
And we all fly
And we all fly
ILM.
ILM.
We are comfort, convenience, and community pride. We are more than just an airport. We are your airport.
We are ILM.
We are ILM.
We are ILM.
She was once considered the world's greatest sea weapon and went on to become one of the most highly decorated American battleships of World War II. Now moored in downtown Wilmington, she's one of the most highly decorated family attractions in North Carolina, serving a new generation as an exciting, hands-on historical adventure. Have a blast exploring the past aboard the battleship North Carolina. Adventure calls.
We're at the half here at Legion Stadium in Wilmington, North Carolina. Joining us for our halftime break is the first-year head coach of Wilmington Hammerheads FC, Mark Briggs. And Briggsy, it's been a heck of a week for you guys. Going up against two of the top sides, one in the USL in Louisville City FC, and then traveling to Utah for the fourth round of the U.S. Open Cup. So this team well-tested through this mid-season push right now.
Yeah, it's been a hard stretch of games for us, but obviously it's been a stretch of games that we've come out quite well at the moment.
Yeah, you got to really think for this club the way you maybe got off to a slow start right now. Well, slow start you can't really say right now where we're at because everything has been a fast-paced start for you.
Right.
Obviously, you hope to continue that tonight. But what has been the magic to what the club has been doing, particularly in that first 45 minutes?
To be honest, I wouldn't say there's any magic really involved. It's been about we brought in 18 new players. It takes time for players to gel. It takes time to get them cohesive and understand my mentality and understand one another's game. So we always had in the back of our mind we had to be patient, and I think the fruits are starting to come to fruition, as we say. Things are going quite well.
Well, of course, you would love to pull off that upset in Utah the other night. Still business at hand. You're on the outside looking in the USL Eastern Conference playoff picture. A result tonight would propel you into that top eight where you want to be towards the end of the season. So playing all these contests in so close of a time. I know we're professional soccer players. The training goes into it itself. But with that said, got to think hot, humid, sticky day. The legs have to be wearing on you, especially as you head into the latter part of the match.
Of course, and to be honest, over the course of the last 2 weeks, with the amount of games that we've had due to the Open Cup, it's a lot of it's about recovery and making sure their bodies are fresh and their bodies are okay to perform in games. So from a training standpoint, it's little short bursts just to get them sweating and get them doing things, but a lot of it's about recovery.
4 players have already logged over 1,000 minutes for you, including your first-year goalkeeper, John Smits. What can you say about his effort throughout the course of the season so far?
When we signed John, we were very happy with what we knew we were getting, and I think with his performances, it shows why he's logged over 1,000 minutes. He continues to get better and he continues to gain confidence, so I only see him growing as the season goes on.
let's finish off today's contest against Bethlehem Steel, and then let's give you a couple days rest for yourself, for the players, and then we'll come back refreshed heading into the next week.
There you go. That would be nice. They will have earned a couple of days break.
Wilmington Hammerheads first-year coach Mark Briggs. We're at the half. Good luck the rest of the
Thank
way,
you.
Coach. We'll take a quick break. We'll get to our player interview right after this.
At ILM, we're bigger than a welcome home hug. We're stronger than the connections we make. We're your neighbor. We're your friend.
We are your school spirit.
We are your history.
We are your biggest fans.
And we all fly
And we all fly
ILM.
ILM.
We are comfort, convenience, and community pride. We are more than just an airport. We are your airport.
We are ILM.
We are ILM.
We are ILM.
We're at the half here at Legion Stadium between your Wilmington Hammerheads and Bethlehem Steel FC. Joining us for our player spotlight tonight, unfortunately, our player spotlight tonight is Michael Amikum. He's not on the pitch this evening, not dressed. Former UNCW standout just across the way here in Wilmington. Michael, your first year as a pro, you're a rookie. You've logged over 1,000 minutes thus far this season. How would you say the first maybe 12 games of your career panned out the way you've hoped?
Yeah, I mean, individually, obviously the way I'd hope. I've gotten to play in, I think, every game. I've started most of them. I've gotten to see a lot of minutes, and I think, you know, it's helped me as a player, and I think I've developed already a ton. And but as a team, I think we could do better, but we're on a roll here, and I think we're starting to really click, and hopefully we can keep going and get a win tonight to start to keep that going.
First year at the pro level, maybe some of the biggest differences going from, you know, a high-level Division I program to what you're seeing out there now?
I would say the overall technical ability and just how fast people can think, along with the athletic ability. I mean, in college you have a lot of guys who rely solely on their athletics and or solely on their technical ability, but here it's pretty much everybody has both. So, you know, you have to think a lot faster and play a lot faster, but I think the Division I game, especially at a program like UNCW, really prepares you well for the USL game.
Take us through now the last couple of weeks going up against some squads, Real Salt Lake of the MSL being one of them, Louisville City FC going back to Cincinnati a couple of weeks ago. You know, fans of 10, 15, 20,000 people in the crowd. How does that make you feel when you're out there on the pitch to see that many fans coming to a game and cheering against you as well?
Yeah, it's really exciting. You know, it's when you're a kid, it's what you dream about, and it's really exciting to see this country, you know, really starting to rally around soccer, especially when we went to Real Salt Lake this past week. The fans were incredible. Cincinnati almost even more. And yeah, you know, a lot of times they are cheering against you, but I think it doesn't even, you don't even hear it really when you're on the field, and if you do, you just kind of laugh and shrug it off.
Michael Meekum, rookie defender, having a heck of a first season for Wilmington Hammerheads FC. Meeks, we hope to see you back on the pitch real soon. Get healthy, and thanks for stopping by.
No problem. Thank you.
Michael Meekum, our rookie defender, stopping by here at halftime. We'll take a quick break. We'll get to the second half of action right after this.
She was once considered the world's greatest sea weapon and went on to become one of the most highly decorated American battleships of World War II. Now moored in downtown Wilmington, she's one of the most highly decorated family attractions in North Carolina, serving a new generation as an exciting, hands-on historical adventure. Have a blast exploring the past aboard the battleship North Carolina. Adventure calls.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.
At ILM, we're bigger than a welcome
It might be when it's that high, when you don't know where your line is, it's better be safe to just put it over. But he grabs it. He feels that he was going to be coming down behind the line. He puts it right back into play. He's clapping his hands now. Here's a good look at it. Shot taken. Puts it right back into play. You know, again, he didn't know where he was. He was backpedaling. That's one that you just put over the bar, and better safe than sorry. But nonetheless, 1-1, and that's just the start that Wilmington needed to come out. And you see the smoke coming across the field here as the ball crosses into midfield as the firm, the Port City firm, the official supporters group over there. And this crowd will definitely be behind the team now.
Faircloth, that'll be his third tally of the season for the defender from Wilmington. And just like that, we are level at 1-1. So we see the goal from Faircloth. Good awareness, too. You know, you see so many times that, especially today, with Batter having the night he was having until that moment, that you could see a player easily just giving up on the ball once he sees the goalkeeper, stick it in his mitts. And instead, just like that, Ashani Faircloth has his third goal of the season, and we're tied up at 1. So it's 1-1.
Look at that goal again.
As we take a look at the equalizer once again for Wilmington Hammerheads FC. You see Batter just caught off balance a little bit. That ball bounced right to the foot of Faircloth. Right spot, right time. And Wilmington is able to get that early goal. Now you say, well, if we continue to play like we did towards the end of that first half, we're now tied up. You got to think that, we may have a chance to, find the go-ahead and potential game winner here in the second half of action. That storm that we saw in the distance, the wind has definitely picked up, kind of surging towards us. You can see the flags at center at midfield also gusting right now, so the weather conditions have definitely changed a bit here over the last few minutes as we see a couple of the tents crashing in the back end. We saw a couple tents flying around before the match too tonight.
This wind definitely is behind the Bethlehem still now, so there's where we started the game on a hot and sticky night and where the flag was at standstill. Joe, you commented on that. Now it's at a full stand, is blowing behind the steel, and you can see across the field behind both benches the Port City Firm's flag are bending over. I mean, it's whipping probably a good 20 miles an hour right now.
And having been here for 10 years and calling games in this exact booth for maybe 5 or 6 years, typically you see that wind reversed. You see it as Parrott clears it away. For the moment, Faircloth able to get a touch on it. Corbo's touching and a foul called, so Wilmington going to be granted a free kick just outside the box. Typically you see the flags blowing the opposite direction, so you see this thunderstorm cell kind of just propping over us, and usually it's not with the front of it, it's the back end of it that provides the lightning and the precipitation, so we'll see how things pick up. But Wilmington, kind of like Florida, it could be raining here on one side and not on the other side of the street.
I tell you, I get a geography lesson from you one week when fans were listening a couple weeks ago. Now you've jumped into meteorology. I'm very impressed with the multi-facets that Joe Catenacci has here, ladies and gentlemen. You're catching it live on YouTube, Hammerhead FC TV, geography, and weather with Joe Katz.
That's what they barely pay me for, Chris. 51st minute of action. Wilmington Hammerheads FC able to equalize on the goal from Ashani Faircloth. We're tied at 1. Storms are brewing in the sky and on the pitch here at Legion Stadium, heading into the critical portion of tonight's match in Wilmington, North Carolina, tucked in the southeast corner of the Tar Heel State, sandwiched between the Cape Fear River and the Atlantic Ocean.
There's your geography, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to the game here. As again, we see a little pickup in play as we did in the first half of Wilmington giving up a goal, and then a little spark that put them going on attack. And now Bethlehem picking their speed up, them coming out of the half a little sluggish, giving up a goal, hence why we're equalized at this point.
A nice ball played in to Ryan Richter, who will send a low cross. Tom Parrott there with the right foot. Wilmington looked like, I wanted to say that they went with a sub to start this second half, and they did so. Looks like now we have number 12, Casey Townsend, on the pitch for Wilmington. I love that I have to come up with these calls now by navigating. I'm like, I did not see him out there before. So Casey Townsend is on for Wilmington to start this second half. Trying to figure out who, I believe Jeff Michaud is off because I don't see his gold boots out there. And a nice ball sent in by Liam Miller. Justin Moose will play back to Kyle Parker. Parker with a touch in to Corbaz. Parker now. Ball bouncing around at the top of the penalty area. And Bethlehem Steel able to weather the storm. Here in the 54th minute of action. We're tied up at 1. As Bethlehem Steel has just not been able to really gain any presence in that attacking third. Had that one early shot, tested John Smits, the one goal. Other than that, Wilmington has done a great job here of holding true on the defensive side of things. Bethlehem Steel in the midst of a 5-game road trip. Their second of 5, coming off a 1-0 victory over Charlotte, as that weather radar continues to look a little ugly. Looks like some of the camera crew is starting to pack in and start to see some of that lightning. As now Moose will move forward into the attacking third, will play to the far side. It's Austin Martz. And the big boot from distance, looking for Townsend, and is turned away. Looks like Stefan DeFrager also on the pitch for Wilmington right now. DeFrager replacing Bruno Peroni. So not having Peroni out there, a attacker in the set piece, dangerous player there. Also a very violent player on the back line as well.
Yeah, I think Baroni took a knock on. He was holding his head after that goal was scored. He was the original one who flicked the ball on that made batter make a save and then put the ball right back into play. He was holding his head. I think he was actually bleeding because I could see him the normal, putting the hands up and pulling it back down and seeing it, and then he gives a universal sign for a sub. So that is why we do not see him on the pitch right now. Good assist on the goal.
So Peroni off and Michaud off. Two players that have provided presence for Wilmington all season, particularly in this first half, and a turnover there as Miller gives it up and Faircloth comes in, tackles it away emphatically as Derek Jones hits the floor. DeFrager, second-year player from Dartmouth. Now it's Peebo Douay. Douay playing a little touch and go with Tom Parrott. Townsend looking for Miller. Miller will settle on the second touch. Wrestling around there. Play continues. Miller wins the ball on an easy foul. Derek Jones could have been whistled for maybe 2-3 fouls. He was all tangled up with Miller multiple times, and now we'll see a card as play getting a little aggressive out there.
Yeah, I don't know how Ramirez was allowing.
I think it was Derek Jones tangled up with
Jones
Liam Miller.
was face to face with him. I mean, certainly we could hear the breath. Here's the conversation. That's a foul. There's one. And let's go. Feels like he gets the ball, but it's from behind. But here he comes right into the face of the referee. Yeah, I don't know if I would put up for that for very long. And
Parker took a little knock there. Now it's Faircloth in search of his second goal of the night. Unable to get a handle on it. And now, with Faircloth out of position, fortunately, Bethlehem Steel will hold the attack for the moment and allow Faircloth to work his way back into position. Good job there by DeFrager. Turns it over. Moose will play to Liam Miller. A veteran. They're in the captain's sleeve. Will leave for Tom Parrott. Peebo Douay. Douay will navigate the field. And there's a Shawnee Faircloth. As that storm cloud has passed, and look what has come. Here comes the rain.
It's opened up a little bit, Joe, and the rain's come. The crowd scatters.
Play continues on the pitch, of course.
Corey Burke by himself up front here waiting for some help for Bethlehem.
And DeFrager will clear with his left foot.
And there's the mass exodus. Got a good shot up in the lights of the rain. And Kyle Parker down for a few minutes, but
now it's Miller moving forward.
Yeah, and that rain pounding right in the face of the players as it's coming from behind the Bethlehem Steel here. So really in the face of the Hammerheads.
But after this dark cloud, it looks like it cleared up just a bit. So hopefully this cell will go by without any lightning. I said it, which would be really the only reason for a delay. And honestly, it ends up helping the surface out here, the moisture. Heading into the 60th minute of the match, we're tied at 1. Rain now falling, a steady precipitation out there. As the crowd scatters to find a dry spot here, not a dry spot in the house unless you're in the bowels of Legion Stadium right now.
I've got a great spot up here, Joe. I'm watching a good soccer game, and we're completely dry.
You know what? We started the air conditioning a couple of...
it's getting a little chilly in here now.
I'm not going to complain.
A few fans are sitting around and just weathering the storm.
We have a foul there, hard foul. As number 44, Ryan Richter, and Kyle Parker bring the contact out there. As we've got to give a lot of credit to our camera crew working on field level in the torrential rain. You guys crazy. I think I would have already left my position right there.
Well, he hasn't moved a bit. I mean, that guy is just Stonewall Jackson. He's got the reputation around the camera land as one of the toughest cameramen that we have in the league, and he's earning his money tonight.
All the boys are doing a great job out there.
Rain's coming down harder, Joe, and that wind's still in the face of the Wilmington Hammerheads.
Liam Miller will play forward. Kyle Parker can't control that first touch as it's played back now to Jamie Lucchini. Off the foot of Tom Parrott. Tangled up with James Chambers for Bethlehem. Throw in here at midfield on the near side. As we continue to see a sideways rain. Rain sometimes just feels like it's coming up from beneath you, especially on the pitch here tonight. So Wilmington, Bethlehem now tied at 1, both in search of a point, potentially 3 here. And a strike there from distance off the foot of Corey Burke.
Yeah, it's a good hit there, and any time that you have a wet surface and it's on frame, ball's going to have an chance to skip, and Smits is certainly, with the wind, with the skip, with a good hit. I mean, that's a dangerous ball looking at him.
Well, it looks like here over the last minute or so, things have still a nice rain, but it looks like we got some more brightness out there from the sun. And the rain has settled down a bit. Looks to be slowing. Port City Firm still out strong on the far side. Casey Townsend.
It's going to be whistled for a handball here. Townsend. Ball kicks up and catches one of his extremities, and Ramirez right on top of it there.
Looks like a lot of the fans left have some umbrellas and a card now issued to Townsend as he's now pointing the finger at the referee, Jorge Ramirez.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know what he said, but I mean, you go back 5 minutes ago when you have a player right in his face. So what's the definition of dissent? You know, I don't understand some things in this game, but perhaps he said something that warranted a little bit more of a yellow card caution there.
Beautiful touch there from Townsend off the foot of Corbaz. The Frager going to send the ball into Kyle Parker, headed away by Bethlehem. Moving forward, it's Bethlehem steal. Well played there by number 44, Ryan Richter. He's been in the mix for most of the night. Goes down. He's tripped up with Justin Moose, and it'll be a foul on Moose. And a free kick forthcoming for the steal. Ryan Richter will take the free kick with the right foot. He'll send it in on goal. Smits is there. Smits off a hop. We'll find Justin Moose. He's unable to corral that ball in. It'll be a throw-in for the steal. For this, I think they cut off the beers. I believe it's the 70th minute. I think tonight they might be able to extend that a couple minutes for the faithful out there for you. At least for the boys in the booth, maybe extend it past the 90th.
That's right. Rain has lightened up a little bit. There's some bright skies behind us, but it is coming down at a pretty good pace. The wind has settled a little bit.
When you look at temperatures today in the low 90s, tomorrow a high of just 80, and then in the low 80s heading into early next week. So a bit of a low coming into the area. So some of these players probably wish the game would be tomorrow or Sunday instead of this Friday night kickoff. It was hot and steamy out there.
I tell you, I'm really impressed with your meteorology, man. I think we're going to nickname you Storm Cats.
Shawnee Fairclaw.
Oh, it's a good move there by Fairclaw. Trying to find Towson up top.
That ball cleared away. Parrott looking for the throw-in. If you made it this long, might as well not go to the shade now. If you're going to stand out there soaking wet, you might as well just go the distance. Talking to the fans there, Chris, because, again, nice and dry up here.
And it's covered. Shade is actually for sun and light, but here we go. Good move by Moose. Ball whipped across. Gonna fall. Great save. Moose had an opportunity to put it away there. Wow, that's a big save again by Battery. Makes up a little bit for the mistake on the lone goal that he's given up tonight, but it's another point-blank kick save as we saw in the first half.
Moose and Austin Martz on that combination there. Nearly lethal for Wilmington, tied at 1. Looking for the go-ahead goal as the header on the far side by Akinyoti off the mark. And Wilmington able to grab the goal kick as we go back to the replay. Nice slide right there, slid it in there, Austin Martz, and batter was just right there to stone Justin Moose.
Rain's picked up again here, Joe, as again the flag's moving at a pretty good pace. There's another shot of the radar that we were just sent. We're going to be in this for a while, probably the duration of this match.
Which about 20 minutes to go now. Looking into the 68th minute. Just storms rolling in kind of awkwardly, moving southeast really from where we are in Wilmington. Like that direction. I know you love it. It's Ryan Richter splits the defenders. Corey Burke leaves for number 43, Jamie Lucchini. A couple of touches here from Bethlehem. Looking to mount an attack here. Been awful quiet in the attacking third through most of the night. Stringing touches together here. The steal. Creeping in past to Frager. Back out to Chambers. And it's Akinyode who just gives away what was a pretty good string of touches put together by Bethlehem Steel. I mean, really a soaking rain out there as we take a shot from field level. Mile Corbos looking for a runner, looking for Townsend. This one left there, Kyle Parker and Townsend. A give and go, Casey Townsend settled to Tom Parrott. Parrott with the right foot. And you can see just with the size of the Wilmington players in there, they're going to need a runner. And looking for a goal like that just seems like the now they're being, looks like, waved off the pitch for a potential lightning delay. So 70th minute of action, and we are now in a, or is this a water break? Not sure.
I think they're taking the water break, Joe, which, again, it's
pouring rain and...
Yeah, I don't know. I think the temperature's dropped, especially with that wind coming up. I don't know why we've taken a water break.
I think it might be lightning. Looks like we're looking with the linesman out there, talking with Jorge Ramirez, the head referee. And
no, it's certainly a water break, Joe. I'm sorry to correct you there because the players are coming back on. They would clear the field right away, and you actually get a whistle when you have a lightning delay, and the referee signals to everyone abandon the pitch. But there's another good shot of the rain coming down. It's pretty steady, but certainly a water break there. And we'll get back to action quickly here. I don't know if it's, once it's been determined that you're going to have water breaks, if you can't abandon it, even if it changes 20 to 30 degrees, but nonetheless, that's what it was, and we're back at it.
So two kind of unorthodox goals tonight, one for each side, and that's where we stand here at one. Bethlehem Steel FC with a few opportunities here over the last few minutes as they continue to push forward.
Both certainly mistakes, you know, and you have to pin one on batter, probably pin the other one on Smits. And, you know, it's an unfortunate, it's a cruel position. You can have one slight mistake and you get goals. I mean, there's players that make mistakes all over the field, and it doesn't end up on the scoreboard. But certainly two mistakes, one by each team, giving us our Towson signaling over to the bench for medical staff to come on, and usually when you have parents, yeah, it's Tom Parrott down again. We talked about it earlier. He's certainly taken some knocks. Ooh, comes in. That's that foot.
Foot kind of fully extended there.
Yeah, his one leg hasn't moved and
got tangled up with Derek Jones.
Yeah, you wish the best here for Tom Parrott, but he has not moved that left leg yet.
So Parrott remains down and struggling to move that left leg.
Yeah, he still hasn't moved it yet.
Really wincing in pain as he was attended to by the athletic staff. As we take another look at Parrott and Derek Jones getting tangled up there. And usually Tom is quick to his feet.
Yeah, he just left his leg there for a little bit, I think.
Well, it's good to see him at least flexing it there, but you got to think Coach Mark Briggs has somebody warming.
Yeah, he's pointing at his knee. I think his leg was kind of caught in the turf as he gets hit there, and that's why it was dead leg there for a little bit and couldn't move it.
A shame, though, tonight. Not that you want to see Tom Parrott go off any time, but being a little light on that back line with Michael Meekum also being out, Peroni now off.
Yeah, they're going to move Tom Parrott over. He's putting a little pressure on there. That's a good sign, but they're going to move him off the pitch there. As you see Troy Cole, the physio, technical staff, the athletic training staff for the Hammerheads, and this will probably be the end of Tom Parrott's night, wincing in pain and gingerly moving there. So Mark Briggs will be making a quick substitution. Most of the players have been at the far end, the Bethlehem steel side of the end behind the goal warming up, so players certainly ready to go. They did call a foul on Parrott on that play, so we see a shaky attempt at a free kick, I should say, coming back into play, but certainly a foul whistled on Parrott there, Joe.
So Parrott is now off, still being attended to right there on the near side where the throw-in is in play from Richter. And Wilmington will have to go to the bench once again. And Logan Miller will enter for the Hammerheads. His first action will be a bit out of position here. And again, really, out of the four defenders in the mix on the pitch from Wilmington, really just the two center backs are the only true defenders. And Peebo Due and Shawnee Faircloth. You've got DeFrager on the far side of that back line and Logan Miller here on the near side. So some holes starting to open maybe for Bethlehem Steel as they're continuing to, as Tom Parrott definitely not looking good for the veteran for Wilmington as he remains down here on the near side. As now DeFrager beat at Faircloth, or excuse me, that looks like it's Matthew. Oh, that's Faircloth who comes in hard. We're going to need his presence here over the final 20 or so minutes, or 15 or so minutes, excuse me. It's 1-1. A goal in the 20th minute for Bethlehem Steel by Sekou Kane, his first of the season. Gave the visitors a 1-0 advantage into halftime. And it was just 1 minute, 2 minutes into the second half. Shawnee Faircloth put away a mishandled ball by Steel goalkeeper Samir Batter. Faircloth tallied his third score of the season. And that's where we stand here in the 77th minute of action. We are leveled at 1. Now as the rain has slowed down, you'll see the fans coming back into the stands and filling the stands back up for those that are still around. So I know due to injuries, some substitutions now, Chris. You see how that back line is shaped for Wilmington. A couple of the names you're not used to seeing back there. Frager hasn't seen much action all season. Of course, you need depth on the roster through a long year, injuries, this grueling schedule, especially for the Wilmington side here over the last 2 weeks, having played really 6 matches now in 2 weeks' time. The legs got to be weighing heavy, especially on some of those players that have logged tons of minutes so far for Wilmington. Faircloth will play out, nearly cleared. Wilmington will win the foul. Kyle Parker down, looks to be okay. It's Dewey. Liam Miller. Lyle Corbos. Justin Moose. Moose looking for Martz. Martz has been quiet here in the second half. Centering pass there to Kyle Parker, and he just...
Another swing and a miss, Joe. We've seen several missed attempts at goal. Again, you just got to hit it in stride. Ball might have been a little bit behind him there. But again, certainly an opportunity. You got to put something on frame. You don't have to swing hard at it. You just have to misdirect it and put it on frame. So Austin Martz, we just called his name, been kind of quiet on that far flank here in this second half. He had a huge first half of action using that speed. And we'll have another sub as Kyle Parker will go off. We will see number 11, Qudis Lawal. Yeah, Q's going to come on. And
well, Q is one of those guys that just when things are starting to lull you to sleep and the legs are starting to get a little heavy, he is certainly a striker with a mind for the back of the net, and if you get him some space in that final third, he's got a chance to really give Wilmington a chance to grab the 3 points in the result tonight. As Moose will move forward. Justin Moose with Martz on the run of the far flank, and that ball just kind of spun. Martz unable to keep it in play.
It's unfortunate. I mean, Martz is quick enough to get that ball and just out of his reach there. You almost want Moose to hold on to that ball a little bit longer and wait for 1 or 2 more runs to get past him, but there's a misplay by Batter and well dealt with by Bethlehem.
Shawnee Faircloth will allow it to go out. The throw-in will go to John Smits, the Wilmington goalkeeper. Peebo Dewey. Logan Miller. Liam Miller. Smits. Looking for Q Lawal. Casey Townsend will play to the far side. Austin Martz has the Frager moving. And a tough touch from Martz. And now with the Frager out of position, Wilmington's going to have to scurry back. And they do so. Great play there by Liam Miller to clean it up for Wilmington. Second touch finds Moose, but he's unable to corral it. Ball hopping around in midfield. It's Okenyude. Chambers was looking to spin through a couple of players instead. That'll be a Wilmington throw-in. With under 10 minutes to go here in regulation. A couple extra minutes of stoppage time expected due to the injury to Tom Parrott. Was able to make it into the locker room. Miller looking to play to Dewey. Now Q Lawal off his chest. That's Liam Miller, one touch to Martz. Stefan DeFrager. Back to Martz. Martz to Casey Townsend. Townsend can't control it. Got another player down here for Wilmington. This is number 8, Mel Corbaz. And Corbaz needs attention. So Troy Cole having a busy second half of action. So we see Corbaz kind of just wincing there. Likely just cramping up now, and he's going to hustle back on. Well, he's got to hustle. He's back on. Looks to be okay. Townsend's going to head it down to Justin Moose, and offside. Well, back and forth second half here. Had to weather the torrential rain for about 10 minutes. We stand at 1-1. Both teams at 4-4-4 overall. Good for 16 points in the USL Eastern Conference standings as Corbaz looks to be okay with that nifty little move, and now Q Lawal just can't corral it. Stepped over it, tripped on top of it, just a little off balanced. I think he just tried to get out in front of it a little too fast right there and just couldn't really. I think he might have been hitting the bottle before he got onto the pitch there, subbing in. Q Lawal. He's all right, though.
It's a great ball played up there. Martz is quick enough to get there, but
good job by the defense there to close in on it, and batter nearly had another big flub right there, and that could have cost him. Well, both teams at 4-4-4 right now. 16 points in the standings. They are both outside of the playoff picture right now. Top 8 teams in each conference will make the playoffs. Wilmington currently in 9th place. Bethlehem in 10th place. Out of the 14 teams in the Eastern Conference standings right now. Wilmington has picked up 7 points in their last 3 USL matches. That includes a couple of wins in the U.S. Open Cup. Martz able to get that first touchdown. Nice little play there by Q Lawal to chip it in. As batter had a tough time getting control of it. Liam Miller at midfield. Miller will play here to Logan Miller. Logan Miller looking for Corbaz. Does so. Back to Logan Miller. Logan Miller with some space still will leave here to Townsend. The cross. Logan Miller can't keep control. Corbaz with the left foot deflected. Looking for a potential handball. Waved off from Ramirez. Now it's Peebo Due battling with number 41, Corey Burke. Corey Burke. Oh, nice surge there for Wilmington. Just unable to get a shot off. And Burke will slide one ahead. To Frager. Able to man up defensively. Number 37, Gabe Gizzy. Headed away by Fairclough. And there's Fairclough again. Gets to his feet, plays the ball back. Now Wilmington wants to move forward. Corbaz to Justin Moose. Here in the 88th minute, Justin Moose gets train wrecked right there by number 35. Easy yellow issued to Derek Jones, who has an assist tonight. And a good foul right there by Jones, because Moose had all day to move towards the top edge of that 18-yard box, and Jones just chased him down and kind of physically tackled him to the ground. Hands all over him, up on his shoulders.
Yeah, I think Bethlehem had numbers there, Joey. I don't feel that he had to foul him. He could probably just cause a little pressure, get caught up. Here's a whipping ball in.
Looking for Q Lawal, can't get it to him. Lawal with some speed there, giving chase.
Well, he calls a foul there. I think that's a good tackle. He gets the ball first. He did get in front of the player, and we're going to see a Bethlehem substitution. Here's a replay.
Oh, and of course the fan standing right there. You can't see the tackle.
Yeah, I think he got the ball, and he did get in front.
Number 45, James Chambers will go off.
Yeah, we're going to approach 90 minutes. I'm going to predict we get about 4 minutes, Joe.
Josh Hurd on for Chambers. As yet, we should be getting the official time on the field from the fourth official, Patrick Whitman, once he brings in this next sub. 41, Corey Burke will take his sweet old time leaving tonight's contest. To the chagrin of the Wilmington faithful still around. And that'll be number 57, Justin McMaster, entering the game for Bethlehem Steel FC. Tied at 1. Officially in stoppage time now. Samir Batter, the keeper, will send the free kick away. Moose will win it. Townsend corrals it. 4 minutes of extra time added to the clock. And Townsend getting tangled up there. Not sure how Ramirez finally, he will grant the foul and the free kick to Wilmington. Once again, these Bethlehem Steel players just wrapped all around these midfielders for Wilmington. We'll get Corbaz to send this ball in. Liam Miller kind of directing his players on where to go. This ball sent into the top of the penalty area. Miller will chip it over to Q Lawal. That ball sent screaming over the penalty area. Too much foot right there from Q. With 4 minutes of 3.5 to go here. Nice ball, nice move right there by Miller. He's able to keep control. Leaves it for Justin Moose. Moose with a tough pass right there. Turned it over. Really, Bethlehem Steel, not much on the offensive end tonight. Wilmington has done a great job clamping down, with the exception of the one breakdown in the 20th minute of tonight's match. Nearly the difference. So you won't see much movement in the standings if the score holds. Still plenty of time left here.
Yeah, still got about 2 minutes left in this contest, Joe. Probably one or two little surges by each side. Maybe a foul called here against Bethlehem.
Logan Miller will send a ball deep. Looking for the wall, flicks it on, looking for Corbaz. This ball left all alone here at midfield. It's number 35, Derek Jones. Martz with a surge of speed there to try to cut it off to Frager. Able to cut off the angle. And another goal kick here for Wilmington. Mitz will send one deep. Didn't get all of it there. Found Justin Moose. Corbaz back to Moose. Moose with a little chip looking for Q Lawal. Down the head of Mickey Daly. Miller. Peebo Due. Miller looking for Lawal, nearly had the run, just a little too strong there. Had the hole, and that will do it. That's a wrap. Final whistle has blown from Jorge Ramirez. We're at full time. Each team will earn a point in a well-played match between the Wilmington Hammerheads and Bethlehem Steel. We'll end it here at Legion Stadium, 1 point each with a 1-1 draw. Through some nasty weather conditions in the second half, things dried off just in time for the final whistle, as both teams will move to 4 wins, 4 losses, and 5 draws. So Hammerheads keep their point streak alive, still very much alive in the playoff picture. With the chances in that first half, would have liked to come away with 3 points and really cap a strong week of play. Instead, they'll be able to collect their thoughts here for the next couple of days before heading out on the road for their next match.
Yeah, it's a lot of games in the last couple of days and certainly over the last 2 weeks, but opportunities, you're kicking yourself a little bit if you're Wilmington. You feel you might have left that one on the table. You got a slow start, gave up a weak goal, and had most of the opportunities throughout the game to put another one back in. Very good play other than one mistake by the goalkeeper for Bethlehem. I feel he was certainly maybe perhaps the man of the match on Bethlehem's side. Good pressure by Wilmington. Just unfortunate not able to pick up full points at home.
A quick recap of tonight's goals in the 20th minute. Off an assist from Derek Jones. It was number 36, Sekou Kane. Gave Bethlehem Steel a 1-0 advantage as they moved into halftime, and Wilmington Hammerheads FC was able to pull out the equalizer. Ashani Faircloth leveled the match just 2 minutes into the second half, and that is where we ended tonight's contest with a final score: Wilmington Hammerheads FC 1, Bethlehem Steel FC 1. Wilmington will head out on the road for their next match in New Jersey with a contest at Red Bull Arena against New York Red Bulls 2 on Sunday, June 26th. So Coach Mark Briggs will give the guys a couple of days off after a long stretch of games here over the last 2 weeks. They'll get back to training, I would say, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we'll hit the road for their match against New York Red Bulls 2 coming up on the 26th. Our next broadcast will be Saturday, July 2nd, against Toronto FC 2. That broadcast will be right here at Legion Stadium. Bethlehem Steel will be back out on the road next week as they continue a 5-game road swing with a trip to the Richmond Kickers. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast. For Chris Liebert, I'm Joe Katz. We appreciate Turbo Sports Group for producing tonight's telecast here on YouTube. Final score from Legion Stadium in Wilmington, North Carolina: Bethlehem Steel FC 1, your Wilmington Hammerheads FC 1. You have a great Friday night and enjoy the rest of your weekend.